So this little video orientation of our adventure van Patsy serves a couple purposes. It does not need to take the place of an in-person orientation. We're still gonna wanna give you a thorough orientation when you get here and answer all your questions in person. This is just to help you familiarize yourself with the van, either before you book, so you know what you're getting into, or after you book so you can familiarize yourself, or even when you're on a trip, if you need a little extra reminder of the orientation we did in person. We have little letters on all of our vehicles. This one's P for Patsy. All of our vehicles are named after country music singers, and this is P for Patsy Cline. So typically I like showing people the key fob first. So key has a couple functions. You do have the manual key to start the engine. You have a lock button here, which locks all of the doors on the van. This unlock button up here, that unlocks just the driver and passenger side doors. And then this one here in the middle, this unlocks the house side of things on the van. So the rear doors and the sliding doors. And you obviously have your panic button as well. So opening up the rear doors here, just got a big handle on the back. We'll pull that one first. The door will want to stay about half open, but you can open it a little further. So we have this unlock latch. We'll pull that towards ourselves and open the door even wider. You do the same on the driver's side door as well. You do have a little latch here. Open this up, and then we have that same unlock lever right there. Every vehicle that gets rented, we have a standard way of packing it. So I'm showing you this adventure van with everything that we put in there as standard. If you want to add things, if you want to subtract things, if you want to rearrange things, totally up to you. We're just showing you how it's standard over here. Let me show you the bed. This is made standard. This is a full-size mattress. We have a mattress topper on here just to make it a little more comfortable. Every bed comes with a fitted sheet, a flat sheet, 2 pillows, and 2 blankets, 1 fleece and 1 waffle. A couple other things to point out from the back side of the van. Tons of storage above the bed. There's room on the sides of the bed to store your clothes and gear. Got a little pole, which we send with hangers, and you can hang some clothes. And we also have these lights just by the head of the bed. They're tap on and tap off, and they also have USB ports down below, so you can charge your gear at night. So we send window covers with the vehicles as well. Kind of helps a lot of things, helps with temperature regulation, and it helps with privacy. So the rear window covers we have under the bed in the back. We like putting the dark side towards the inside, and these just actually magnet right up to the door. When I'm driving, I like having them flipped halfway down, or you can just keep them right under the bed. So the rest of the window covers for the other windows in the van just live on the side of the bed right here. Feel free to move them where you'd like. So underneath the bed, we've got our gear garage space. Tons of room, empty. You can put whatever you'd like in here. We've got this accessory rail if you're bringing your bikes along and you wanna mount them to the floor of the garage, you can do that here. Got a gear storage cabinet down here. Yeah, some things we always put down here are 1 camp chair per person and a camp table for the group. And then another thing is our Goal Zero power bank, which powers everything on the house side of the van, which we'll go into in detail in a second. So sliding door of the van right here, grab the handle, give it a nice pull, and it'll hold itself in place. So just as you open the door, the sliding door on the side, you'll notice one of the first things we have is this bug net right here. So 3 clips, 3 clips. Left side is a zipper, and then the right side is magnetic, so you can just pop right in, pop right out. No need to unzip. A couple other things to point out from the passenger door here. So we send a first aid kit and a grocery bag with every trip, so you don't need to travel with your grocery bag. So when I get to camp, one of the first things I like to do is turn both of these front seats around. So just like a normal car seat. You've got this toggle here, which allows the seat to go front to back. But what's unique about these is you've got this latch down here lower, which allows you to swivel the front seat. So I'm gonna swivel a little bit, pull the seat forward, swivel it a lot. And then from here, I'm gonna push the seat all the way back and make it comfortable. And both of these seats are able to swivel and turn around. It just makes the van feel a little more spacious. Let's step inside and show you some of the systems we got going on here. Cool, so just as soon as you walk in, you'll notice a couple things. On the passenger seat, we've got a bunch of just small gear that you're gonna find yourself using throughout your trip. So first thing, we've got a little cheat sheet. So you can read through this. This will help you with some of the more complicated systems in the van. Got some simple stuff. We send out 2 headlamps with every van, a level, some toilet paper, carbon monoxide detector, a Leatherman multi-tool, playing cards, a little lantern, and a portable battery charger, as well as a light string. So this jump seat doesn't have a seat belt, is not meant to hold a passenger while you're driving, but it is a nice seat when you're just hanging out in the van. And we also have some storage down below. So some standard things we send with this van every time are a saw, a shovel, leveling blocks, a dustpan and broom, a portable battery jumper, ground mat, and a step stool. A lot of times people will ask if our vans come with a toilet, and though this van doesn't come with a toilet standard, we do have the ability to put one in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. I took out some of the gear that was living in here originally, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like with the toilet down here. So if you're using the toilet that we put down here, we've got a little pin that kind of holds the back of the seat in place. You can take that out, put the back of the seat up on the bed, just lift this handle up, and there's your toilet. Just note on the height in here, I'm 6'2", still got some substantial room above my head to walk in here, so you can stand up completely. This is where the 2 segments of the table live. Got the tabletop right here, and the legs right here. Setting the table up super easy. You've just got these 3 legs, splay them out a bit, and then the tabletop sits right on top. That's how I normally set it up when I'm camping. Cool, I'm gonna show you what's in the galley here. So on this side, we got a latch, clicks open, you can pull it. So on the first drawer, we've got, this is packed for 2 people, so we have 2 plates and a pan. Down below, we've got a pot set, has 2 pots, a pan, and 2 lids, as well as a wash basin. Got 2 bowls, we have a cup, we have a cutting board, a French press, and 2 Titus Yeti mugs. And we keep the 2-burner stove down below. So the water system in here is super simple. Got a blue jug right here with filled potable water, good to drink, good to use to brush your teeth, whatever you need. There's a tube going in there, comes up to this water dispenser up top. We've got a power button, click it on, water comes out. This drains straight into our gray water tank, and that holding tank is gray. So you might find yourself needing to refill water or empty your gray water tank while you're on your trip. So I'll show you how to pull these jugs out real quick. As I'm pulling the gray water jug out, it's gonna have the drain hose in it. Sometimes I'll use the garbage can to catch any of the drain water, but gray water came out as easy as that. All I'm gonna do is unscrew that and dump this gray water somewhere appropriate. And then once it's empty, I'm gonna put that hose right back in the top and right back into place. Same with the fresh water. If you need to refill your fresh water, we're just gonna take the little freshwater hose out of there, gonna hang it out to the side, gonna pull the blue jug out and fill it up at any potable water source. So in our gear garage here, we've got our Goal Zero. This is a Yeti 1500X. This pretty much powers everything on the house side of the van. So anything you need for accessories. We have this So it's able to charge off the solar panels we have on the roof, and so it charges off the alternator while you drive. This power bank here is going to power anything you need in the van. So it powers all the lights, it powers the fan, it powers the fridge, and if you have any personal electronic devices that you need to charge up on your trip, like laptops or phones or cameras, you can charge that all here. So we've got some cables that are inputs. So they plug into the van to charge off the solar, to charge off the alternator. Those inputs are in the front right here. Up top, we have 2. And in the back, we also have a big one. If you have any USB devices you need to charge up, click the USB button. That'll send power to these 4 USB outlets, USB A's and 2 USB C's. If you have any AC chargers, like charging a laptop or charging a bigger camera, turn on that power switch and you'll get power coming out of these 2 outlets. We'll keep the 12 volt on all the time. For the most part, you can ignore the Goal Zero. If you're going on some bumpy roads and you find out that the fridge isn't turning on or the lights aren't working, I would just check the inputs. That's normally what we have people do. Check the inputs and make sure they're plugged in and nice and snug. Probably a little more info than most people need, but on our info screen, there's a couple of details here. So in the center, you can see the percentage that the battery is charged. So it's been sitting around in our shop for a couple days, so the battery's draining a little bit. You can also see the input and the output. So input would be if we're driving and the van or the Goal Zero is charging while you're driving, you'd see the input number going up higher. Also, if you're sitting out in the sun, you'd see the input in watts as a higher number. We have an output of 91 watts right now. We have the fridge running, we have lights on, we have the fan going. So that's gonna be a significant draw on the battery. But you can see also on the right-hand side how much time you have to empty if you're running power at the level we are now. Cool, so I just showed you the Goal Zero power bank, and I'm gonna show you some of the things that are using the electricity from there. So right up front, we've got our Dometic fridge. So it's an electronic cooler, super helpful. You don't have to deal with buying ice at every gas station stop anymore. You just set the temperature of the fridge to what you like and coast. Should be super easy to just open the fridge by lifting up on this lever and opening the hatch up here. You'll know it's closed, you'll hear a click. Sometimes this door gets a little sticky and just hitting that latch won't open the whole hatch of the fridge. So if that's happening to you, just push down on the lid, lift up the latch at the same time, and get right in. Let me show you how the Dometic fridge works here. So the snowflake up front on the screen just means it's on and cold. I'm gonna open the lever here so you can access from the top. We have a removable basket, makes it super easy to load and unload things. We have a drain plug at the bottom in case you did wanna load this up with ice and drain it. Closes pretty firmly. A couple buttons up at the front. So we have a power button, which is also the back button. We have up and down buttons, and we have an OK button. So the power button or back button takes you to the home screen. You can read voltage and you can read the temperature. A lot of times we have Europeans come and visit, so I'll switch the temperature units to Celsius for them, and that'll just be one less hurdle they have to jump through. Super easy to set the temperature. I'm gonna click OK. First option is set temp. I'm gonna set the temp. Let's set it to 40 degrees. OK, and it'll take a minute and it'll start working. That little white dot in the bottom right corner means the compressor's on. So if you hear the compressor on, the fridge is actively working to cool itself down. When I'm not using it, just slide it right back into place, and that is drawing power from the Goal Zero power bank. A couple other things that are getting power from the Goal Zero power bank. So we've got our primary light switch here, off, on. That's gonna power 3 lights on this side, 4 lights on that side, and a light in the gear garage down below. Something cool about these lights is they're also touch activated. So you can just tap them if you want less light or more light. USB ports down here, which are gonna be on and available all the time. And we have a fan remote right here, which controls the fan just above the bed. Power button click, and you've got the fan working. Couple controls on here, so you can turn the speed of the fan higher or lower. It shows you speed settings in the bottom left. And you can also rotate the direction of the air. So you can go air out or air in. And I like having air coming in when I'm sleeping and air going out while I'm cooking. The heater in these vans run off of gasoline, the same gas tank that you use to drive the van. They're incredibly efficient to heat the van. So for about an hour of use, it takes about a tablespoon of gasoline. So incredibly efficient. One thing we've run into in the past is the van doesn't want the heater to be running on less than a third of a tank of gas. And that's just to make sure that you have enough gas to drive off when you wake up in the morning in cold temp days. So just make sure, best rule of thumb, top off the gas tank before you get to camp at night, or at least make sure you have more than a third of a gas tank. The van engine also does not need to be on to run the heater. So you can get to camp, park the van, turn it off, and get straight to the heater and start warming up the van. It is safe to run all night as well. So you have no problem running the van heater all night long just to stay warm. And the exhaust is outside of the van. So I'll point to that in a minute. I'm gonna show you how to set the temperature in one of these adventure vans. So we're parked, we've got more than a third of a tank of gas. What I'm gonna do here is navigate to the screen where you can see these 3 squiggly lines blinking, also displaying the current temperature in the van. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this button, on the 3 squiggles, and now we're seeing the temperature blink. I'm gonna set this to about 75 degrees, just to show you. Once I set the temperature, I'm gonna click it in, and now I'm gonna set the time. So what I like to do is set it when I'm going to sleep to infinity. You could set it for a long duration of minutes, but if you want to run it overnight, just toggle over to the infinity sign, click that. We see this red circle appear right around this dial, and that just means the heater's on. Just underneath the passenger seat, facing the inside of the van, we've got the vent. This is where all the heat comes out to warm up the van. So just underneath the sliding door on the passenger side of the van, you've got this exhaust hose. So this is where all the exhaust from running the heater comes out, not inside the van. We also have 2 sliding windows on both sides of the van, and there is a little latch in here so you can keep it nice and locked for extra security. So obviously up in the driver's seat right now, I'm just gonna show you some other little things we got going on up front. First thing I'll point out, we send all this stuff with all the rentals, so hand sanitizer, chapstick, a pen, some stickers, and tissues. Usually pretty helpful on a road trip, and it's good to have handy. Also have a phone mount up here. There's a little button in the back. Just give that a click. It'll expand, make some room for your phone. And you just put that right into place. All of these adventure vans also come equipped with Bluetooth, CarPlay, or Android Auto. It's really nice, you don't have to plug in your phone. Over here in the glove box, it is locking. We do have a couple things. One of our favorites is the adventure log. So it comes with a little pen, and we ask people if they want to share what they did on their adventures, just write some things down. So that's in here. We also have this little proof of insurance and registration for the vehicle. If you ever need to access that, it'll be right in here, as well as a little owner's manual in case you needed to do some light reading. A couple other things to point out from the driver's seat. So you can adjust your mirrors over here by your left knee, left, right. And then you've got your lights. We've got it set to be auto. And then this is your parking brake. So you pull on for the parking brake and you push off to turn it off. And then last thing I'll point out is the gas. So this takes regular gasoline. You do need to have the driver door open, kind of a security feature. So you can't open the gas tank with the door closed. So open the door, open this, come fill it up. So that's one of our adventure vans in a nutshell. These things are super simple, but make an amazing base camp for your next adventure. So we're looking forward to seeing you for your next orientation, and have fun on your next adventure.